Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. My name is Ranj, and now I will be giving you the. Oh, good. Hello, Nora. Good morning. Glad you come join us this episode of Capper Comparison Picks. Like I was saying, I'm Ranj, and I am going to be giving you the NFL Week 17 picks for the select later games. I already did a video for the early games. Be sure to check that out. Time check right now, it is 12 o'clock. I already did the 1 o'clock games. These are for 4 o'clock games. I'm going to whip them out real quick and try to get them uploaded so you can get your parlays in for both 1 and 4 o'clock games. And so let me get on with this because these usually take about 10 minutes per game. I'm averaging on breakdowns. But I'm going to try to whip through this one. I do have a lot more information than 10 minutes worth, but I try to concise it. I'm going to use the same cappers I used for the early games. I just didn't have time to go research other handicappers. But if I left you out, no hard feelings, man. I'll get you for playoffs or next season, or whatever. If you're a capper and I missed you, leave it in the comments. Leave your picks in the comments, whatever. And so, without further ado, let's go. We got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams. This is a win and in for either team. Either team, if they win this, they're in the playoffs. So we got Arizona at 8-7. They're coming off a loss to the 49ers. They lost 20-12. And they're the favorite here, having to cover 1 point. They're at the favorite at -115, slight favorite over the Rams. The Rams are 9-6. They're getting 1 point. They're the slight underdog, still at negative money at -105. They are playing without Jared Goff, so keep that in mind. The total set at 41. Okay. Taking the Arizona Cardinals. Like I said, I'm using the same cappers I used from earlier because then I can just, their links will be the same as it was from earlier to say. I'm just going to transfer the links. Aside from Kyle Kerms, he did not make picks on any of these 4 games, so it's just how it happened. Okay, so we've got JT Dangerously. JT Danger, his name is Dangerously and the Dangerous Lions, I think it is, or something. Anyway, he's taking Arizona. Then Big Brian, the fat guy. Fat guy, like I said, he does his picks wicked early. Like, he does them like on Mondays. Monday nights, he makes the picks for the following week. So he had this, and the Rams were actually were the favors. So he had a -1.5. So hopefully he waited and let the odds crawl up to +1 for the Rams. Then we got Smoke Man Joe. This is a money pick. Like I said, he had 3 money picks in his show. I had one on earlier. I think it was maybe I can't remember which one, but just look at it. But he's got the money pick here. I think the earlier show, his money pick was, I want to say it was boy, now it's bugging me, so I gotta check. Oh, sorry. Smokeman Joe's. Oh, it was Atlanta over Tampa Bay. That was his money pick. Well, Atlanta plus the points. And this is a second money pick. He's got the Cardinals. I'm assuming this is pretty. Let's just call it a pick 'em. I mean, it's plus 1 point. They're both negative numbers. Just call it a pick 'em. He's got the Cardinals winning this thing. And then we've got Touchdown Kingdom, Richie, TDK. Touchdown King. Richie's saying the score is going to be 21-27 in favor of the Rams. Good on ya. Without Jared Goff. Good on you, bud. I guess Kyler Murray also is questionable. So this might, I seen in some comments, he may be even out. So this might be a battle of the backups. But, which is interesting because these are it's a both win and in situation for these two teams. They're both coming off losses. The Rams are coming off that loss to Seattle, 9-20. Like I already said, Arizona's coming off a loss to the 49ers, 20-12. And for the tiebreaker, Doug and Carl from Fire and Brim Sports, and both are siding with Arizona. Fire and Brim. So there you have it. I too am going with the capper majority here. I'm taking Arizona. I've already made bets with it. I had them covering 3. Was that a thing? Was that already a? But these lines I just took off of Bovado just now, right before hot off the Bovado. What are you up to? You're not gonna go to the grocery store with me today? No? You got cat fur on you. Okay. The score, I've got it going, I'm gonna say 24-14. So I got Arizona definitely winning by 10, and that is going to be 38. That's going to be under. Touchdown Kingdom, Richie's got it going over. So, tail or fade, take it with what you will. I got other cappers up here, but my pick, I'm going with the capper majority. I'm taking the Arizona, and I'm taking them to go under. So, moving on, next we've got the Chargers. Oh, okay. Putting a new calendar in? You want to put the new calendar in, Nor? It's January now. You can erase December. Okay, Chargers 6-9. They're taking on the Chiefs 14-1. Patrick Mahomes is not gonna. He's probably not gonna play. He might come out and start. They're just kind of like Tom Brady. He'll come out and he'll play like starting quarterbacks of the teams that are already solidified their playoff spots and whatnot. They might come out just to, hey, I'm but they're not gonna risk injuring their star players. So the Chiefs are predominantly going to be using their second stringers. They are 14-1, and that is why they're the underdogs at plus 210 on the money line. Chad Henne, he's a good, solid backup quarterback. Keep that in mind. And the Chiefs are getting 6 points, and it's in Kansas City. Chargers have to cover 6 points. They're the favorites at minus 250. January. Okay. The total set at 43. UARY. Okay, so we got the Chargers are coming off a win over the Broncos. They won 16-19. That was the Chargers were playing at home. The Chiefs are coming off a win where they just beat the Falcons. They were also playing at home. They beat them 14-17. So against the spread, the Chiefs have not been good, but 14-1. As long as they're winning, they don't care. They don't care about the bettors. They just care about winning. So here we go. Taking the Chargers, we've got Smoke Man Joe. And then also, I'm just gonna run down here quick. Fat Guy, like I said, early lines he's going by. He had them only, Chargers had to cover 3.5. But obviously, that's what's good is you can see the line movement. Money must have been coming in on the Chargers, and that's why it is now they have to cover 6. That shows you how the opening lines minus 3.5, the public and money gets thrown on these, and that's what moves the lines. Now it's at minus 6. All right. Now Fire and Brim Sports are split on here, which is awesome. I like that. We got Fire and Brim. Carl is siding with the Chargers. However, Doug from Fire and Brim Sports is on board with the Chiefs. I like when there's a little difference in opinion there. Also taking the Chiefs, we've got Touchdown Kingdom Richie, TDK. He's saying 31-38, so well, it doesn't matter. He's got the Chiefs winning outright, so I'm pretty sure that's how I said it. 31-38 inferior, but even if he didn't, Chiefs are within they're getting 6. It doesn't. Even if I have that messed up, like the scores, maybe he had the Chargers 38 and the Chiefs 30. I can't remember, but I think I wrote it down correctly. I wouldn't have messed it up that bad. And finally, we've got JT Dangerously and the Dangerous. What's this? Is it the Dangerous Lions or something? Dangerous? I forget. But anyway, too sweet. He's on board with the Chargers. JT Dangerously. So in this situation, we've got the majority of cappers going with the Chargers. We got 4-2. However, in my situation, I like Chad Henne, and look at 14-1. They're not gonna just give because they're already professional football players want to win. Like I was saying earlier, despite what you might have heard, they're not gonna sit back and let the Chargers just. And they're getting 6 points. And Chad Henne is not bad. He's decent. He's a good backup. So I'm taking the Chiefs here. You know, that's just my feeling. I'm doing these points on the fly. Let's see, what did Touchdown Kingdom's got it going way over 30. He's got it going over 60. I don't think it's going to be that high, but I will score it. Let's say, let's see, 24-28 in favor of the Chiefs. So, and that will be over also. So there you go. Moving on, it's going to be a close one, but the Chiefs are going to edge out. Plus, they're getting 6 points. Moving on, we've got another 425 game. The Green Bay Packers are taking on Chicago Bears. The Bears now win and in. Their fate is in their own hands. The Packers, if they win, they can get home field advantage, first round bye, all that good stuff. And they are, a lot of other teams are dependent on what the outcome of this game is. So let's see what these cappers have to say. The Green Bay 12-3 are the favorites here. They have to cover 4.5 points. They're minus 220 on the money line. Chicago getting 4.5 points, or if you have them winning outright, you'll get paid back plus 180, plus $180 on your $100 bet. You just take the zero off. So if you get $10 bet on Chicago to win outright, you get your $10 and $18 back. That's how that works. The total set at 48.5 points. Green Bay, 12-3, coming off a win versus the Titans, a dominant win. They won 14-40 over Tennessee. And then Chicago also coming off a dominant win, but not their opponent wasn't as good as the Titans. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 41-17. Both teams last week going over 40 points. Little note I learned about the Bears. This is the first time they've had like 4 consecutive over 30-point games since 1960 something with Gale Sayers. So yeah, that's something to, and that's including the Walter Payton days with back in the 80s, 1985 with the fridge and Walter Payton. I'm the fridge and I'm the rookie. I may be big, but I'm no dumb cookie. I can block as you will see. I can dance as you can see. The all others, they all learn from me. It's why we all come here on the double to do our Super Bowl shuffle. We are the Bears, shuffling crew. That was when they played the Patriots in 1985 in the Super Bowl and dominated them. Yep, Walter Payton, Mike, or was it Jim McMahon? Jim McMahon? That was a good team. But anyway, regardless, let's stop talking about the past. This is 2021 Chicago Bears. So, but they've been playing great. So let's see what these cappers have to say. Okay, taking Green Bay minus to cover 4.5 points. We've got Eric Arnold, Big E. Yeah, in the sports barn. He's like you said. He's like I said earlier. He is kind of on a little bit of a roll. He's doing well with the big. Still high off that Ohio State win over Clemson. Loving it. And I definitely, the link is already in the description for the early show. It'll be in the description for this because I'm just going to copy and paste it. Definitely check him out. He's only got 305 subscribers. This guy, Eric Arnold, was my inspiration to start all this whiteboard capper comparison stuff. This show, I was like, if this Eric Arnold guy, he can do it, why can't I? And the whole whiteboard thing, I was doing this on paper anyway. I was going through because I'm a gambler and I want to see which way all these. So that's why I do this to break down. It's like when it comes to the NCAA sports, I use bigger handicapping crews. Like I got bigger handicappers with more subscribers. But for NFL and UFC, I like the little guys. And yeah, it's working. Anyway, sorry to ramble off topic quickly. Eric Arnold, I just want to say Big E was my inspiration. Him and there's B-Pow picks, they're hockey, soccer. They're starting to do football too, but their football picks, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Joey B, you're good and stuff, and Perlo, your gift is hockey, so stick with that. Anyway, once again, sorry to jump off topic. Eric Arnold's taking Green Bay, taking the Packers. JT Dangerously, he's on the Bears. Man, every marker I pick up gets worse and worse. I'll put these to the side, those crap ones. Okay, and then we've got Smokeman Joe. This is a good marker. Smokeman Joe is on the Packers to cover 4.5. These are all ATS, except JT Dangerously. He's only picking winners. He doesn't ever mention points, but I don't care. I'm putting them as plus the points. So I just put them ATS regardless. Touchdown Kingdom. Richie is saying the score is going to be 24 for Green Bay and 21 for Chicago. So he's got Green Bay winning, which is good. I think they probably will. But he's got Chicago staying within the 4.5 points, and he's got it going under. That's he doesn't usually go under. Most of his scores come out over. I throughout the season I've noticed that. Big Ryan Fat Guy. Now they had, like I said, early lines again, but Fat Guy had taken the Bears, and he's got them plus 5.5. That was the early line. So as you can see, money did come in on the Bears. So it dropped to plus 4.5 rather than 5.5. Dropped down a point. That shows that the public is throwing money on Chicago, probably because of their late play. But it was Jacksonville, but they still won 41-17. And Green Bay will potentially be sitting a lot of their starters because this is week 17. It's hard. This week 1 and week 17 are the hardest to predict, but 17 is even harder in week 1 because you don't know who's sitting who, and it's all funky like that. Finally, to round it all off, Fire and Brim Sports, both Carl and Doug are siding with the Bears. Fire and Brim. So there you have it. The majority of the cappers, majority's taking the Chicago Bears. We got a couple dudes, Big E and Smokeman Joe, they're on the Green Bay to cover the 4.5. Green Bay is debatably the best team, in the NFC. Who else is there? Seattle and NFC. I don't know. 12-3, Green Bay. I really think they should, but like I said, week 17, Chicago needs to win to be in. Green Bay's already in. But if they're not gonna not want to win, because they still want home field advantage. If they're playing in Green Bay, that's such an advantage playing in Green Bay. I think like Seattle too. Seattle's playing at home. It's hard to beat some of these teams during playoffs at home. Historically, Green Bay is one of those teams. They play so much better at home in the postseason. Anyway, who did I take on this? I'm pretty sure I went with Chicago plus the points already. So I'm sticking with that. I'm going with the capper majority too. So I'll take Chicago. I think it's probably going to be a fair. Green Bay plays so good though on both sides of the ball, but Chicago has been throwing up points. We're going to say this is going to be upwards of 30. No, that's too much. We're going to say 24 or 26. Let's say 26 for Green Bay and 24 Chicago. So Green Bay will win, but Chicago's going to keep it within the 4.5. Mitch Trubisky, and that's over. It's at 50. So 26-24 over. All right, finally, the last game of the regular season tonight at 8 o'clock, the night game. We've got the Washington football team taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz wants to be traded to the Colts. I guess that's what I read this morning. I didn't read the article, but it breezed across on a headline. Carson Wentz wants to be traded. But he's not as good as Jalen Hurts anyway. I might as well just put it bluntly. So, let's see. Washington, they win. They are the NFC East champs. They win, they're in. If they lose, it's going to be either the Cowboys or the Giants, whoever wins that game at 1 o'clock. Time check. It's 12:25. So let me get going with this. Washington comes in as a favorite. They're 6-9 on the season. They have to cover 6 points. Their money line, they're minus 270. Yuck. Okay, the Eagles coming 4-10. They're getting 6 points on here. If you have them winning outright, if you think that's possible, they're at plus 220. Decent payout. The total set at 43. Washington's coming off a loss to the Panthers. Not good. But they did get rid of Haskins. So Alex Smith is the starter, and everybody likes Alex Smith. The public likes Alex Smith. He's a good quarterback. He can take Washington far. Eagles, you know, they have the battle between, like, Carson Wentz is all upset, and Jalen Hurts is playing fairly well, but you know they are coming off that loss to Dallas, 17-37. So take it how you will. All right, on the Eagles, we've got, of course, Eric Arnold, Big E, because you know Eric Arnold does live in Pennsylvania. He doesn't admit it, but I'd like to think he is an Eagles fan. His brother, Mark, I think his brother's name is, definitely Eagles fan. Will always take the Eagles. So biased. Eagles and the Philadelphia Phillies in baseball. But Eric is not as biased. I think he likes the Eagles because he lives in Pennsylvania, but aside from Ohio State, he's not really biased. Ohio State, he's always taken Ohio State. NCAA basketball, NCAA football, doesn't matter. He'll always be taking the Buckeyes. But when it comes to NFL, I don't know who his favorite team is, but I know his brother's favorite team is definitely the Eagles. Actually, Eric Arnold, I don't think, maybe he's, because of that, he fades the Eagles. But in this case, he's got the Eagles beating, or at least plus the 6 points against Washington. So he's got the Eagles covered. Also, JT Dangerously. Now, JT Dangerously, like I said, he never mentions points in his videos. He just takes the picks, but I got him. So I'm guessing he's going to take the Eagles money line. I don't think he's a gambler. He's more of just a predictor. He likes professional wrestling and toys, and he's like 35. So he's still, that type of dude, which is nothing. I have nothing against that. I like toys too. I'm not into professional wrestling. I think that's for kids, but so are toys. Whatever. Anyway, JT Dangerously, he's on the Eagles. Smoke Man Joe, he thinks it's going to be Eagles upset. Well, he said with the points, so Smoke Man Joe's taking the Eagles plus 6. Fire and Brim Sports, both of them, Doug and Carl, are taking the Eagles. Turns out I learned that they are from Ohio. Yes, they're from Ohio, which is the Northeast, kind of like I'm from Central New York. They're within driving distance of probably, less than 8 hours to drive to Ohio. I think I could get to Ohio in 5 hours, actually. Anyway, Fire and Brim Sports, they're on the side with Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly. Sorry, but it's not for me. Okay, Touchdown Kingdom. Richie, TDK, he's got what is that? What did I do? I write them on the wrong. No, I think I just. Let me see my pre-sheet, the ones I write down all these predictions, because. Yeah, well. Okay. He's got the score 31-24. I'm hoping. I think he's got it going for the Eagles. I wrote his prediction down before I wrote the points down. So we're gonna say 24-31 in favor of the Eagles. Even if it's not, that's still 7 points. So even if the score is reversed, he's still on side with the Eagles. Okay, now that should be a full Capper consensus, and I totally want to full Capper consensus. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a full Capper consensus. Full Capper consensus. Because I'll explain why. Fat Guy, like I said, early odds. Fat Guy had Washington, but only to cover 1.5. And I don't think I wrote that down wrong. Minus 1.5. I mean, I may have, but I don't think I wrote that down wrong. I'll put that in there, but it's just, I don't think it climbed that. Did it go up 5.5 points? That's unprecedented. But that's what I have written. So I don't know if I wrote that down wrong when I was watching his show, or if that's an early line. I don't know, but Fat Guy, I'm not counting you in because we already got 5 handicappers on the side with the Eagles. That makes it a full Capper consensus. I'm not taking Fat Guy's pick at covering 1.5 when Washington really has to cover 6. So a full Capper consensus. Where's my daughter? Nora! Oh, well, she missed. So, anyway, unfortunately, I like Alex Smith, and I'm going against the full Capper consensus, and I'm taking the Washington Redskins to become the NFC East champs with a record of 6-9. Yeah, but I got the Washington football team becoming the NFC champs at 6-9. Gibson should be healthy. McLaren is not going to be probably not playing. He's very highly questionable. I think maybe even doubtful. But Smith will play. Alex Smith will play. Gibson will play. And on the other side, Eagles, they're just not that good. What was their last game they're coming off of? Yeah, that loss to Dallas, 17-37. So yeah, I think Washington will get this done here. And I think they're going to get it done. Let's see, the total's at 43. He's got it going. TDK, or Touchdown Kingdom, Richie's got it going over. But I think it's gonna. I think I'm going the. All right, let's just throw points up here. Yeah, I think it's gonna be under. Is it 14-10? Yeah. So my pick is under, but oh no. We'll say 17-10, so they can cover that 6 points. Okay, 17-10, final score for the Washington football team. So there you have it. To recap, time check. I've got the Arizona Cardinals beating the Los Angeles Rams without Jared Goff. I got them winning by 10, but staying under the 41. Got them winning 24-14. Then I've got the Kansas City Chiefs maintaining their fantastic record. They only want 1 loss on the regular season, so they're going to win. Chad Henne, he's still good enough. Chargers, they're okay. They're without Keenan Allen. Boom! And without one of their prime defenders. I don't know. They're without some Bosa. Who's it? not Joey, the other Bosa. He's not playing either. Yeah. So Chargers are out a couple star, like, key players in this. Chiefs, even if they sit Mahomes and company, they have Chad. Like I said, I like this pick. I got the Chiefs upsetting the Chargers. I don't even need the points. I got them winning I'm going to take them on the money line. Circle that plus 210. Take them on the money line. I got them winning 24-28. Then we're going into Chicago, where they have to win to be in, but I don't think they're going to win. I think Green Bay is a very dominant team. Chicago they're doing very well. They're ending their season strong, but not well enough to beat Green Bay. Even if Green Bay sits their stars, they still got they're good defensively and offensively, and they want that home field advantage, that first round bye. They want that, so I think that's what's going to happen, and I think they'll get that. And yeah, I got Green Bay winning, just barely edging them out, but Chicago will keep it close and stay within the 4.5. Okay, and I got it going over 48.5. And finally, the last game of the season, regular season, I've got the Washington football team beating the Philadelphia Eagles by 7 points, therefore covering that 6 points and becoming the NFC East champions, representing the NFC East in the playoffs. Okay, so there you have it. Gather the info, place the bets, and cash those tickets. I appreciate you sticking with me throughout these videos today. Be sure to give me that thumbs up. It is 20 minutes before kickoff for the 1 o'clock games, so I'm gonna upload this quick so you can just jump right to the recap, or just freeze frame the end, this part, freeze frame it, and there you go. You got your picks. Parlay that with the early games, and you can make a bundle of money. All right, so give me that thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment. Hit the bell. I don't know when I'm going to do my next video, but I do at least 2 or 3 a week, when I have time. So hit the bell. Good luck on these bets, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.